All right, I have drawn out this deer, and I have masked with some masking tape for the birch trees, and we start painting with the burnt, let's see here, burnt umber and some burnt sienna. The first is burnt umber I'm gonna use, okay? So this is it. That's burnt sienna, that's burnt umber. Burnt sienna is a bit more reddish. I'm going to do it very thin. I have a test paper here. Okay. I want to do it several layers, so I don't want it to be too thick. A bit more water. A little bit more. It's going to dry lighter, so I think that's okay. Okay. I go over the complete there, over the eye area, because I'm going to paint them dark, so that's okay. I just leave, you can see the other painting I did. I'm gonna leave this light area and some light areas above the eyes. I don't know if I need to take that. Maybe I can lift some, okay? Let's see here. The dark areas, the whole nose area I leave without, because it's going to be both lighter and darker. I'm going to lift some of this as well. You can leave that out. I'm going to lift some on top of above the eyes. I think I'm going to use this instead. It's easier to use a brush that's not synthetic. Okay, I'm going to lift some, just to make it a little bit lighter later on. Okay, and some here. You can just leave it out when you paint, if you don't want to lift. I don't want it white here, I just want it lighter. Okay, same here. That's okay. Let's go on. Under the chin. Here I use the synthetic brush because I don't want too much pigment here in the beginning. The synthetic brush don't suck up that much pigment as the natural hair ones. Let's see. Be careful to follow the outlines. Oops. Okay. lift some of this. I want a light layer so I can make the shape of the deer. Okay. You can have a look at this. Let's see if you can see anything. I think you can see there. Okay. Here I have used some burnt sienna later layer, and here as well, because I want it to come a bit more forward. This is the closest part of the deer. And here I have used more of burnt umber, burnt sienna here on this muscle maybe, and in the beginning of the stomach, in the front area of the stomach. So everything that you want to have to look closer to you, closer to the viewer, you use the warmer burnt sienna. But in the earlier stages, the earlier layers, I use only burnt umber. It's a little bit more of a brownish. Burnt sienna is a little bit more brown red. I'm going to let this dry a bit. I do that with my hair dryer. Okay, you have to feel so it's completely dry. If you paint on moist area, you are going to get blooms. I don't want that. Not here anyway. Okay, I think I'm going to, let's see. Maybe I'm going to have a smaller brush. Start with the ears. Okay, I'm going to shape them a bit more now. You see here. On the outside edge of the ears, I'm going to put some more grayish in the middle. And leave some lighter above the ears, above the eyes, sorry. It's more difficult to paint a smaller on a smaller piece of paper, so you might want to use a little bit bigger paper than I have chosen. Okay, I want to save a lighter area on top above the nose. as well, so I don't paint that now. You see, leave some. This marks here is the nose, the black nose. So I want it to be lighter above the nose area. Okay. Go further down. Okay, I think I can use a little bit bigger brush. Leave a little bit lighter in the edge area. Okay, I have hair there. That's when you have cats, you have got cat hairs everywhere. Okay, I want a little bit of a lighter area as well between here and the front, so that the front shape is a bit more visible. The same here. I want a bit lighter area on the stomach. Just dip the brush with the tip in the water, so I don't get too much. Sorry. You see here, because you painted with because I painted with a very thin layer of burnt umber first, I can do this shape of the front, leave some light, some of the lighter layer. I didn't want it white, I wanted the same color as the previous layer, or the value, the same value as the previous, so I left it out on the second layer, so you can see the lighter layer underneath. Okay. I will dry this out as well. Yes. Oops. I'm going to paint some more gray. Let's see if I have a gray. You can use Paynes gray and make it very, very light if you want. Or you can put some burnt sienna, very little, in the mix with Paynes gray, so it gets gray. But I use just Paynes gray, very light. Just inside the ears. You see here, I can show you the older. You see here? Let's see. I don't paint the dark nose yet, because it can bleed out when I paint the layers around the nose. Always leave the darker pigments till later, okay? I think I will go on with the burnt umber a little bit. Paint some. Just so I can get more visibility of the lighter area above the eyes. Just leave some there. Very small brush, because I have a very small painting, very small paper. Here you can paint across the eye area as well if you want. Okay, I leave it lighter above the nose. Okay. I'm going to paint very dark shadows here on the side. So if you happen to paint like me, I painted a little bit outside of the line. It doesn't matter, because I can hide that with a dark shadow pigment later on. Okay, I'm going to paint with some burnt sienna. A little bit too much. Okay. Start with a little, and then you can put more layers on top if you want more of the burnt sienna. Watercolor is about layering. Okay. So here I want it to be a bit more of warm color here on the front legs. And the beginning of the stomach here, just in the front. Don't leave an area that is wetter than an area beside it, because then you will get blooms. Try to drag out the color so you don't get a puddle, because then you will get blooms. I don't want blooms in my reindeer. Up here amongst the leaves it's okay, but not on the reindeer. On the deer, not the reindeer, deer, on the deer. Okay. The paper I am using is rough paper. It's Saunder Waterford. It's a paper I like a lot. Let's see. Okay, I want some here. On the muzzle, I want that to come more ahead in the closer in the picture. I wash the brush, dry it, blot it on a piece of paper or something, so I can lift some in between here. Okay, so now I want to dry it.